Yo, Elliot. I don't get too many questions from distance runners, but we got a pretty interesting one here from one of our buddies who runs about 7 to 10 miles 5 days a week, and he wants to build a better looking body, you know? So this is his sport. He's involved in distance running and he's going to run a lot, but how could he build a better, more muscular looking body? Now, he's also been weight training, but it doesn't seem to be working. Let me describe his weight training program. It's going to be important for you guys to understand this, what he's doing, so that you will have a place to move from when I give you my answer. So our distance runner friend is doing flat bench press. This is his first workout. Flat bench press, a number of sets, about 6 sets. Incline bench press, dumbbell curls for the arm, and abs. So he does a lot of crunches. Wow, lots of weighted crunches, lots of sets. And we'll also do pull-ups, 4 sets of 4 reps, right? Ton of volume, a shitload of volume on the pressing, a shitload of volume on the arms, shitload of volume on the crunching, right? So what you're already doing is a shitload of volume in the sagittal plane, namely moving forwards. As a runner, you're doing this a lot, right? And when you're running, you're typically going to be in somewhat of a flexed position or using the muscles in the front part of your body. So the rectus abdominis is going to grow short, right? That's your abdominal muscles are going to grow short just from running, right? Just because of the position that you're in. The pec minor is going to go strong because you're doing this all the time, right? The traps are going to grow strong. They're going to grow, they're going to overdevelop, and also because your arms flexed, the biceps. So here you are. You're running, you're using the pecs, you're using the biceps, you're using the abs, and then you go to the gym, and what do? Bench press, curls, and crunches. So now you're further pushing yourself into the dysfunctional posture associated with being a runner when you're in the gym. You gotta understand something. Aesthetics has a great part to do with the posture of the individual. Having muscles is one thing, but having muscles in the right place and having your joints in the instantaneous axis of rotation sitting properly not only make you perform better, but you also look better, right? A nice tall upright posture, shoulders held back, head held high, hips tucked under, looks a lot better than shoulders slumped over, round upper back, butt sticking out, or in the case of most runners, butt really tucked under, almost where you've got like no ass, just back turns into legs, and forward head posture. So when you go to the gym, everybody goes to the gym, but you in particular, because you're doing tens of thousands of reps in one direction, you want to go to the gym and move in the complete opposite direction. All the exercises you should be doing should be on the back part of your body and also in the frontal plane, which, in order to improve your performance and also to build well-rounded musculature, you want to move laterally. You're always moving this way. You want to do some things that cause you to move this way. So lateral lunges, lateral step-ups, things of that nature. Things that cause you to bend sideways, twist. You want to move in different planes of motion. But bodybuilding-wise, you want to do a shitload of rows, and when you do your rows, okay, let me back up for a moment. Before you do any of the exercises that I'm about to tell you, you need to use corrective stretches. Because the muscles in your shoulder and your bicep and your abdominals are hypertonic. That means that your nervous system is really good at recruiting it because they're always on. And then you go to the gym and you teach it to turn on even more. So you need to stretch those. That's why Elliott Health talks about stretching before you work out. See, a lot of people throw that term around, like, you shouldn't do static stretching before you work out, not understanding the context through which I say it, but also not really understanding physiology. You've got to perform corrective exercises corrective stretches in order to put your joints back where they belong by deadening the nervous system's response to those hypertonic muscles. We all have hypertonic muscles. Either we're sitting too much or we're performing an activity that causes hypertonicity in certain muscles, which then creates reciprocal inhibition, which simply means that there are other muscles that just don't work anymore. So if you try to work those muscles, the hypertonic ones are gonna be like, oh, hey, I got it, I can do this, I'm ready. And then you're gonna be doing rows, and you know what happens when people who have hypertonic pec minor and biceps do when they do rows? They do this. They're training their biceps and pec minor. you're going to need to create a situation, right, by focusing on your form, where you drop your shoulder blades down and back, pick your chest up, right? The only way you're gonna pick your chest up is if you stretch your abdominals. The only way you're gonna drop your shoulders down and back is if you stretch your pec minor. The only way you're gonna get a full range of motion is by stretching your biceps. The exact opposite of what you've been doing. And focus on rowing, building up the muscles that force thoracic extension, that cause the scapula to retract or adduct, building your rhomboids, your lower back, all the muscles on the opposite side. The workouts that you're doing in the gym are making you worse. Do you understand? You're better off not going to the gym and just stretching than doing the shit that you're doing. You're gonna have to build up the posterior chain, namely of the upper back, and depending on how imbalanced your legs are, you're gonna have to train a program, you're gonna have to design a program that brings balance back to the musculature of your lower body. And I think, and I know, because you're a distance runner, that you're going to benefit from multi-directional and lateral lunges for your lower body. That's it, folks. The take-home message here is, if you're performing a particular sport that causes pattern overload, because you're doing the thing over and over and over again, and all endurance sports do this. If you're swimming a lot, if you're running a lot, if you're biking a lot, you need to do the exact opposite of that to rebalance your musculature when you're in the gym. You will perform better and you will look better because you won't have fucked up posture. Peace. Yo, Elliot.